Hello there, thanks for stopping by. So, I have two lava lamps, model Astro made by Mathmos, and unfortunately both had some black debris in them. If you look closely you can spot some of it on screen right now. After I got the lamps about a year ago, I messaged Mathmos about it, and they told me they considered it to be dye fragments and completely normal. I kinda doubted these were actually dye fragments, and in any case I absolutely hated them, so I decided it was time to get them out. I haven't been able to find much on the internet, so I basically had to improvise everything. First things first. To open the cap, I dipped it into hot water for a few seconds to loosen what seemed to be some kind of hot glue, and simply screwed it off. I poured all of the blue liquid into a clean stainless steel bowl. It's about 1.3 liters, so make sure to use a big enough container. Then I put the bottle into a big pot of hot water to melt the wax. I used a silicone spatula to push the bottle down a bit so it is completely submerged. The water was probably about 90 degrees Celsius, just a little bit below boiling. When the wax was almost completely molten, I took the springs out with a piece of bent aluminum wire, then put the bottle back in the pot to melt the wax completely. When the wax had molten all the way, I poured it through a tea strainer with a mesh size of about 0.6 millimeter. I estimated that using my pocket microscope. But unfortunately, it didn't catch any of the debris, so I had to think of something else. I put the wax bowl back in the water bath and digged out the only finer sieve I had at hand, which was a plastic filter I got with the stainless steel kitchen funnel I'm using later in this video. This sieve was very fine, with a mesh size smaller than 0.05 millimeter, so I was worried the wax would just clog it and don't go through at all. Surprisingly though, everything went through without problems. Even better, when examining the sieve I found lots of black debris, which looked very promising. Now, the only thing left to do was putting everything back together and checking if it had actually worked. I cleaned the two springs with a kitchen towel and put them back in, then used the aluminum wire to make sure they were correctly positioned. I then used the funnel to pour the wax back in, and a few hours later, when it had solidified, I poured the blue liquid back on top. The little bit that was missing I replaced with distilled water. I examined the debris with my pocket microscope and found it to be flat, disc-shaped fragments of about 0.3 mm diameter. I have no idea what they could be. The closest thing I can think of are tiny black fish flakes. As a final test, I put the bottle back on the stand and switched it on. And after an hour of heating up, I saw almost perfect wax. Almost perfect, because one small piece of debris seemed to have slipped through somehow. But anyway, it was way better than before, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. If this video was useful for you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, just drop me a comment. Thanks for watching and have a good day.